Hello everyone, how's it going? This is Jacob6875 here. Well, as you know, tomorrow in World of Warcraft, unless you've been living under a rock, you know that patch 4.0 is coming out. What I wanted to do is give my opinion on the new Restoration Shaman talent points. Now don't ask me about the other two talent trees, because honestly I've been healing since the beginning of Burning Crusade on my Shaman, and I've never actually played the other two trees at all. So this is basically right here is a spec that I think is going to be the best for in-game rating at 85. Now I'm going to go through my reasons of why I think that. Alright, first tree of restoration here, you got Ancestral Resolve, which reduces damage taken when casting spells. As a PvP talent, you basically do not want to take that in any PvE form at all. And you got Tidal Focus, reduce the mana cost. You obviously need full points in that because mana is going to be a lot harder to come by in Cataclysm. Then you have Spark of Life, increase your healing done. Obviously another talent you want to have, because more healing is obviously what you're doing is restoration. You'd improve Water Shield for mana regen again. This is not an optional talent right here. Pretty much have to take it. Tomatic Focus. Again, this talent you don't have to have it. Like, you could choose something else if you want to, but I'm going to recommend taking it because it's going to increase the duration of your mana tide totem, which will increase your raid's mana, obviously, since you'll be in the group with all the healers. It's another great talent to have come Cataclysm, when mana is going to be a lot harder to come by than it is right now. And you have Focus Insight here. This talent, I mean, you're going to have to see how good it is come Cataclysm, but it should be pretty good. If you can plan ahead by using Flame Shock, help a little bit on raid damage, and your next heal is going to be increased. Say coming up on an enrage in a boss fight, use that. Nature's Guardian, completely worthless for PvE. It's a mainly PvP talent. Ancestral Healing, talent you're going to need to take, absolutely. Reduce physical damage taken by 10%. Currently, it's Shamans and Priests that have this skill. I'm pretty sure it's staying that way. I don't know, though, for sure. But you're still going to need to get it, and you need it for Ancestral Awakening, which you obviously will need to have too. Nature's Swiftness, no doubt about it. If you weren't considering taking this, you probably need to reroll. Nature's Blessing, this only works on targets with Earth Shield on them, so unless you're tank healing 100% of the time, I would really only put 2 points in this. You can decide here, you may only want 1 point in Tomatic Focus or Focus Insight to get 3 points in that. However you do it, that's pretty much up to you. I'd only put 2 points in it because Shamans have never really been a tank healer. Again, if you are, obviously you want to put 3 points in that. You got Soothing Rains, 50% more healing by your healing stream, and Healing Rain spell. Like, this is going to depend on how good Healing Rain is at 85, but Shamans are primarily an AoE healing class, and a 30% increase on that is definitely going to be helpful. Improved Cleanse Spirit is basically required, unless you don't cleanse magic at all, which I don't see how you get away with that. Cleansing Waters, reduce the mana cost. I mean, unless there's a fight where all you're doing is cleansing, which I doubt will happen. I mean, the heal's okay, but it's mainly a PvP ability where you're spamming cleanse, so I wouldn't really take that for PvE, unless there's a specific in-game boss fight you'd respec just for that. Ancestral Awakening, every time you crit, heal another party member, pretty much you need to take that talent. Free heal whenever you crit. Mana Tide, obviously you need to take that talent, because mana is obviously going to be really hard to get in Cataclysm. Turelic Currents. Now this looks good, but Ghostcrawler recently posted that it's not going to be a PvE talent, and if it helps regen too much mana in PvE, it's going to be nerfed. So I just skip it, because even if it does regen mana at 85, it's going to be fixed so it doesn't. It's intended to be a PvP spell that you just use if you're not healing or something, I guess. I don't know. Tidal Waves, obviously you need this spell. Reduces the cast time of your heals every time you cast a Riptide or Chain Heal. Obviously, need that talent. This talent right here, 80% chance to trigger Earth Living heal over time effect when allies below 35%. It's basically a 100% chance when they're below 35% health. It's really going to help on bosses where you're AoE healing a lot, so pretty much a given you need to take that ability right there. Riptide, obviously you need to take it, because with the 31 point talent tree system now, you basically have to take your final ability, even if you hate it, but Riptide's pretty amazing. It's really your only heal you can cast. Well, that is instant cast. Then what I would do with Enhancement Elemental is I would put 2 elemental weapons and, well, improved shields basically need, again, for your mana regen, and it helps Earth Shield too. That's basically required, however you look at it. And since you want to get Ancestral Swiftness, Instant Ghost Wolf, because you can cast it indoors now, and your movement speed goes up faster than you can enchant it to boots with by 15%. So you basically want to get that right there, so you can basically run around faster than you could otherwise, to avoid, you know, bosses throwing flame on the ground or having to move for specific phases. You want to have that right there. So I mean, you're gonna put these 2 right here. This one is not that great, but I mean, it's better than Focus Strikes, obviously, because that's an enhancement thing. Then you have 3 points left. I would put them in 3% increased crit, because that helps a bunch of your spells. But I mean, you could put them in, if this turns out to be good, you could put them in that, or if you want to, there's a cleanse heavy fight, just stick them in Cleansing Waters. But I mean, that's what I would go right there. And before 85, I would either take, we'll see, you have to, that's what I would spec probably before, at right now level 79, because you still get everything but the 3 crit and Ancestral Swiftness, because you really cannot get those unless you're 85, obviously, because you don't get the talent points. Now for Glyphs, this is what I would do, but remember now you can change your Glyphs whenever you want to. So the only choices really are the Prime Glyphs. See, you have, there's 4 good ones. There's Earth Shield. So you have a choice. Do you want to have the Riptide and want to have the Water Shield one on all the time, because it increases your mana regeneration, obviously. And you have Riptide, increases duration. Then you want to switch out. If you have tank healing more of that fight, you want the Earth Shield one, increase the amount healed with Earth Shield. But if you're AoE healing that fight, you switch in Earth Living Weapon, because that would increase the healing from Earth Living procs by 20%. Depending on the type of fight, you could just switch them out because of the new system. Then the major glyphs, you pretty much want these 3, because there's really nothing else to choose. I mean, you want the Chain Heal one, increase the healing after the first target. Healing Stream increases your party's resistances by 150 at 85, which is amazing. All resistances. Fire, Frost, Nature. And then you, well, not Shadow, I guess. So Fire, Frost, and Nature by 150. And your Healing Wave heals you whenever you cast it. I mean, that one's not amazing, but there's really, as you can see, nothing else to take that would help you in PvE at all. And then you have minor glyphs. Again, these are basically just pick whatever you want. I pick the ones that you don't have to waste a reagent, so you can cast them and not ever have to take up 3 bag slots. But you can turn into an Arctic Wolf, I guess, or Ancestral Recall if you need the Hearth that much. Those are up to you, pretty much. Well, that's my opinion right there on what I think that the best Shaman healing talents will be at 85, unless, and definitely in 4.0 tomorrow. Alright, this has been Jacob6875 signing out. Thanks for listening.